What's up, everybody? Matt Kajeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. And today we're talking college basketball props via No House Advantage. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. If you're listening on podcast, please leave a rating and review as well. And everything we'll be looking at comes via No House Advantage. They have a phenomenal offer for you guys. A first match deposit bonus up to $100 when you click the link in the video description below. And they have a bunch of ways to take advantage of player props. We'll be talking about Versus the House today, which is just making lineups of your standard player props. But they also have pick'em contests, which function like tournaments. It's you versus other people, and they have massive prize pools up to $25,000. And a lot of times they're not even filling, which gives you a better chance at hitting that first place prize. So make sure to check them out, all major sports, and we'll bring you behind the glass to talk about their Versus the House tools right now. And we'll kick things off in this Texas A&M versus Arkansas matchup. And we have a nice Henry Coleman rebound prop. So we're going to start on the Texas A&M side. From a matchup perspective, right now we have Arkansas favored by 3.5. The total is 138. So it's a pretty competitive game back and forth overall. And speaking specifically of rebounds, Texas A&M is 73rd in the country in rebounding. Arkansas is 95th. Now, this is particularly interesting with Coleman because he's a player who hasn't played a full allotment of minutes throughout the entire season. But recently, in the last 3 games specifically, he's played 36, 30, and 37 minutes. That game where he played 30 minutes, Texas A&M won by 16 as well. So a little bit more of a blowout there. And to combine this with just what we've seen all year from him, so far, he only averages about, let's see here, went to the wrong tab. So give me 1 second. He averages 26.5 minutes per game. Excuse me. So currently he's seeing far more minutes than that of late, explaining the jump in production for him. On the year, averages 5.8 rebounds per game. But again, we're giving him about 3, 4, 5 extra minutes based on what we've seen historically from him. And his rebound rate has correspondingly jumped up to 17.5% too. Only risk is fouls. Arkansas will draw some, but overall, we're going to go over on Henry Coleman with the rebounds at 5.5. He currently projects for 6.8 on the back end. Keeping it with the same game, we're going to go to the other side of this and talk about M. Mitchell. Now, one confusing part here, there's actually twins on Arkansas with the Mitchell last name. There's Makai Mitchell and Makai Mitchell. I am guessing this is Makai Mitchell. He plays more than Makai. So we're going to go with that, but just know this isn't for sure. Now, Arkansas runs essentially a merry-go-round at the forward position between Makai Mitchell, Kamani Johnson, and Jalen Graham. The minutes are incredibly volatile for every one of these players. Makai specifically, who I believe the prop refers to, has played 16, 28, and 16 minutes in each of the last 3 games. Makai Mitchell, his brother, has played 23, 0, and 21. Jalen Graham has played 25, 17, and 0. And Kamani Johnson has played 3, 7, and 3. Now, Kamani has also played games with 20-plus minutes as well. There's no rhyme or reason to the current forward rotation. And right now, just for reference, on the back end, we have Makai Mitchell at 18 minutes. And at this 18 minutes, he projects for 4.6 rebounds. Essentially saying you have to give him somewhere around the line of 24 to 27 minutes for him to eclipse the over on this rebounds. And the minutes are incredibly volatile for this position with Arkansas right now. So right now, because of the volatility, this ends up being an under bet, under 6.5 rebounds for who I believe is Makai Mitchell. If it's Makai, the prop would be even better. So it doesn't matter which one it is. Moving down, we'll go to another game, Clemson taking on Boston College, where we have Quentin Post projected for 6.5 rebounds. This one, I think, is pretty good overall. Quentin Post is the best player for Boston College, and surprisingly, Clemson only a 4-point favorite here on the road. They do have a couple injuries, and just speaking of Post as a player overall, he's 7 feet tall. He's only played in a limited number of games this year, and they ramped him up slowly. However, over the last 3, he's played 30, 32, and 32 minutes, rebounding at a rate of 34%. And this is a massive advantage for Clemson, or for Boston College anyway. Boston College, now with Post back in the picture, should be able to exploit Clemson's 153rd rebounding. You look at Hunter Tyson and PJ Hall, the tallest player that plays regularly for Clemson is 6'10", whereas Post is 7 feet tall. The only issue here is Post will occasionally get in foul trouble, so something to watch, but we're not playing for fouls. We'll go over on the Post rebounds, and for us, that comes in at 7.7. Last one we'll do today, heading to the Kansas game, taken on Kansas State in the rivalry. KJ Adams projects for 12.5 points, one we like the under on here. Looking specifically at Adams, he plays a volatile role in this offense, largely because he's not very good. He's played 25, 29, and 23 minutes over the last 3 games. 2 of those, he had 4 fouls. So obviously that'll contribute to lower minute numbers. But right away, this is a particularly difficult matchup for him inside. They will be ceding size to Kansas State, who is 114th in rebounding, but they just got back David and Gesson. That will kind of pair with Keontae Johnson, Naquan Tomlin, Ismail Massoud, meaning they now have 4 or 5 guys in the front court that they can rotate and battle against KJ Adams and Jalen Wilson. So first and foremost, KJ Adams is a major foul risk. That's been a problem for him all year long. And from there, he only has an 11.5% shot rate, and that's just 12% over the last 3 games. So it hasn't really moved at all. And I mean, he's going to be behind Jalen Wilson. He's going to be behind Grady Dick, Tywin Harrison, Kevin McCullough in terms of shot priority for this team. The only thing really keeping him afloat is Kansas, 7-point favorites over Kansas State, total of 146. I personally believe the spread is a bit elevated in favor of Kansas. Kansas State is the team I like against the spread. And if that ends up coming through, we're looking at a lower implied team total for KJ Adams. Regardless, even with the current team total, and for about 27 minutes, he projects for 10.6 points, well below the listed prop here. And last thing on No House Advantage, you can see in the bottom of the screen, if we get all 4 of these correct, it pays out 11x, but you could add a 5th if you'd like. That would pay out 21x. You can make lineups from anywhere from 2 to 5 players, giving you chance for immense value on these props. So make sure to check out No House Advantage. Thank you to them. Let me know in the comment section what you think of these picks. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like. I'm at Matt_Gajeski, always willing to chop up some college basketball. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.